Hey everybody, it's Dan again with Pain for You. It's a gorgeous Sunday afternoon, so I'm shooting a couple of videos. Knowing versus doing. That's today's topic. So again, I know a lot of you guys and gals love the nice pause to breathe a little bit. Breathe in the confidence. Breathe out the fear. Breathe in the knowledge that you're in the right place and you are okay. Breathe out the skepticism. Alright, so knowing versus doing, right? A lot of people will ask me, Dan, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do to get out of pain? How do I end this TMS? What do I do? Do you have a checklist that I can go through? There's only a couple of things you need to do. Feel your emotions, soothe yourself, and shift your focus away from the symptoms as often as possible, right? That's the doing stuff. The rest of it is knowing. You got to know what TMS is. You got to know that you're okay, that you're safe in your body, that your body's actually already well. There's no healing. But know what TMS is, know that you've got it, do the assessments that I talk about all the time, rule in this thing called TMS or mind-body syndrome or distraction pain or whatever name you like to call it. I like stress illness, distraction pain, mind-body syndrome. They're all good. It all just means that your brain has created the pain. We get medicalized and then the pain continues through fear, focus, and anxiety. It becomes chronic. And then we're kind of in this mess. So, knowing versus doing. There's not a 14-step checklist that you got to do every day. There's really not, right? But if you know what TMS is, and you know that you are experiencing this thing called TMS and these pains from this mind-body syndrome, you accept that deeply. There's nothing to fix. There's nothing to heal. Which is why I say teach, don't heal. You want to teach your brain. So, if the entire process starts through a mechanism of distraction by the brain, what do we want to do? We want to teach the brain that, hey, you don't need to distract me from those emotions. They're actually acceptable. They're allowed. They're healthy. They feel good to feel, and then let go. Resistance to the emotions is kind of what starts this whole ball of wax in the first place. So teaching the brain and knowing that these emotions are safe is important. And deciding, I use that word decision a lot, decision that emotions are safe is really important. Because as long as you are going around saying, I'm terrified of my emotions, I hate being sad, I hate being angry, I can't be angry, I don't want to be crazy like blah, 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 right? As long as you're telling yourself that the emotions are scary and dangerous, your brain's going to believe it and do everything possible to protect you from them, right? That makes sense, right? In the frame of TMS, that's what's going on. So what we have to do is teach ourselves and our brain through consistency that these emotions are safe and they're allowed, right? But that's a knowing, that's a decision. I know emotions are safe. They're not harmful. They don't kill you, right? They're maybe a little bit unpleasant, but okay, so what? If we never experienced the low and the negative emotions, we'd never appreciate the highs and the good and the happy emotions, right? It's the yin and yang of life. We've got to just experience it all and welcome it all. So, knowing versus doing. Know that your body's okay so that you really decision, knowing. You can know that you're okay, and you know that focusing on and fearing and having a mindset of freak out every time you feel these sensations in your body isn't helpful. So what if you could just know deeply, it's TMS, you've got it, accept that. Know that emotions are safe. Know that focusing on it isn't really helping you. Knowing that freaking out about it isn't helping you. And then choosing to do the right things. Well, what do you need to do? calm down. You're not broken. You just think you are, right? That was a couple days ago, or a few days ago. But know that you're okay already. And what a sigh of relief it is when you can literally go, you mean all this stuff that I've been experiencing is created in the brain? And my main job is to learn to feel my emotions, know that my emotions are safe, and stop freaking myself out with all of these catastrophic thoughts and all these fears that I'm broken and need to fix it. Lose the hyper vigilance over your body. Just trust it. The body's a miracle. A literal miracle. The body is unbelievable in its ability to take care of itself. Knowing versus doing. There's not a lot of doing here, folks. Feel your emotions, soothe yourself. If you find yourself agitated and stressed out, soothe yourself. That's something you can do. If you find yourself thinking about and focusing on your symptoms all day long, shift your focus. That's something you can do. Feel your emotions, soothe yourself. Soothing is your body, right? Relaxing your body. Soothing yourself is also calming your thinking, right? Don't believe your thoughts. You don't have to believe your thoughts. And then shift your focus to what you want. So knowing is a huge component of getting better. Doing is only a little bit. If you're spending more than 20, 30 minutes a day doing this thing called, recovering from TMS, you're probably doing too much. If you're spending hours and hours a day watching videos, listening to podcasts, reading books, maybe that stuff's important up front to kind of front load and really get that deep education and knowledge that you need. But once you've got it, back off, because if you're making it your full-time job to heal from TMS, you're putting too much emphasis on it. And at that point, once you've got the knowledge up front, do less to get better faster. Literally, seriously, do less to get well faster. Because the more you do, the more you're convincing the brain, this is significant, this is a real problem, and we got to get rid of it. And the more desperate you get, the more the brain hears you're in danger. And the more time you spend focused on it, the more the brain is going to say, this is really important, and it's going to hang on to it, right? Those neural connections wire onto the things that we focus on and pay most attention to. So if you want the pain to go away, do less. Learn to feel your emotions. Soothe yourself often. Be aware of when you're tense and uptight. Breathe, relax. Go sit outside, listen to the birds. Check out nature, right? Relax your body, calm your thinking, shift your focus to what you want, not focus on what you don't want all day long. There's not a lot to do, folks. There's some things you know deeply, a few things to do, and then literally go live your life as best as you can given your current, symptoms. But spend as much time engaged in things you like or need to do, and less time trying to fix yourself. Because honestly, when you realize you're actually not broken, that there was never anything wrong with your body, boy, is that a very freeing piece of knowledge. And when you can grasp onto that, hold on to that one tight, and let go of all the fears and worries and desperation to fix yourself, and realize it's much more knowing than it is doing. Feel your emotions, soothe yourself, shift your focus back to living life. Done. That's it. Don't spend a lot of time. Don't spend all day doing this. That's a wrong approach. It's not that important because you're already well. You just got to teach your brain. And a lot of how you teach your brain that this stuff isn't important and you're okay is by where you place your attention all day long. Place your attention back on the things that matter. Yourself, self-care, self-love, family, friends, job, career, if you've got those things. If you don't, find hobbies, things that bring you joy. Focus on what you want. If you don't know what you want, get out a pen and paper. Right now, at the end of this video, get out a pen and paper and say, if I could erase all of this pain and symptom bullshit and have a clean slate, hit the reset button. What would I want my life to be like? Start visualizing it. It's really important. So write down what you want. And if you feel like it and you want to share it, comment below. So, getting better is a lot more about knowing that you're already well, a little bit about doing. And then get on with your life. You're already well. Love you guys and gals. I could keep on repeating the same thing over and over and trying to find different ways to say it. That's kind of what I do. Sorry if I make these videos a little bit too long. I'm just really, really trying to get these messages across as best as I can. So, hope you found it helpful. Knowing versus doing. You've got this. We'll talk to you soon.